How about this 2020, huh? Woo! How about the last 6 months, huh? This has been something. If you're still with us, good on you. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. What have we done, though? What have we done, though, over the last 6 months? We know it's been a roller coaster ride, and we know it doesn't seem to be ending right here, but let's just look back on the 6 months. What have we done as a society? What have we done on an individual level to benefit our health? A lot can be done in 6 months to positively pivot and move forward, especially as we learn more and more. Did we spend the last 6 months questioning the validity of statistics, arguing about masks, and debating whether or not a cure is likely and will come? Did we spend it hiding and in fear, just waiting for that cure? Again, outsourcing any responsibility or ability we have to foster our own health, outsourcing that and just sitting, hiding, waiting for it to be saved from the outside when it's really proven to a certain extent, or at least to some degree, to not be necessary? I hope not. And I hope at least at this point, it doesn't matter if we missed the boat in the last 6 months, we can move forward and concentrate on some of what we've learned so far. And what we've learned so far with this is the fact that certain people are affected in certain ways, just like with any type of illness, any type of pathogen, any type of comorbidity. Certain people are suffering worse outcomes, whether that be more dramatic effects of a disease, inflammatory process, overactive inflammatory process taking hold, or even death. One of the most common underlying threads amongst those who fare worst is metabolic dysfunction. When I say metabolic dysfunction, we're talking about insulin dysregulation. We're talking about obesity. We're talking about diabetes or prediabetes, or if we combine obesity and diabetes, diabesity. These people that fall in these ranges are succumbing to worse outcomes due to this. And there's a variety of reasons for it, which we will go into right there. However, the statistics that have been compiled and the feedback that we're getting, these are ones that we should be the ones that we are acting on. These are the ones that we should be moving forward for, looking in the mirror, being like, how can I move forward? How can I protect myself? Diabetics with uncontrolled blood sugar versus those with controlled blood sugar. Those with uncontrolled, 10 times more likely to die from this than those with controlled blood sugar. So good on you from there. How about just outcomes in general? How about just suffering from it? Over 2 times more likely to suffer from that ARDS, acute respiratory distress syndrome, which we talked about. Over 2 times more likely to suffer a heart injury. Pretty important organ right there. And over 4 times more likely to suffer with some kidney injury from this, if, again, they are in that diabetic range. Also, more likely, as we would imagine, to be hospitalized or admitted to the ICU. And amongst those that are hospitalized, amongst those that are admitted, 2.5 times more likely to die than those who are not. The writing's on the wall. We need to look in the mirror. It kills me when we spend our time fighting to a certain degree about masks. This is not what this is about. But when I go to a store and I'm in line at a grocery store and I'm waiting and I see that person online, maybe a little overweight, maybe outright obese, 2 liter of soda, vegetable oils all through the cart, things like that, but they're wearing their mask. We're missing the message right there, and we're punting. Again, we're punting on the empowerment that is ours for the taking for our health. We're punting to be saved by some other source that can cure this, that can manage this, that will take care of us so we can live our lives uninterrupted the way we want to live them. To an extent, that's the same thing with the diabetic drugs, the controlled diabetes, if you're controlling it with things like metformin, outsourcing to that as well. Essentially, we are punting so we can keep doing what we want to do. All I saw was a brief slowdown in the drive-through windows at McDonald's, Taco Bell, and things like that. We're missing the opportunity to learn something, move forward, and even get more fuel behind the fire, behind the message that that is not the way to live. That is a comorbidity that is specifically showing worse outcomes in light of this pandemic, which we are going through right now. So we need to look that in the eye, realize what we're doing, and then you make a decision, because it's always on us. Keep doing what you're doing, lower your chances of survival with something like this, or look in the mirror and be like, man, next time something comes around like this, Next time any type of flu season, anything like that comes around like this, I'm going to be better armed. I'm going to be more confident. I'm going to be in a better state. To hedge my bet, no guarantees, and there's always outliers, but to hedge my bet towards the best quality and quantity of life that I can attain. It is there for the taking. What are you going to do?